Hello, hello, and welcome, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon in Virgo, waning to the new moon in Pisces? Yay, it is our Pisces moon, the new moon of the year. Finally, I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, Pisces moon that I am, but you can call me Mal. Hey, my Mer family, welcome back, my Mer people. Mer. It's not really much of a secret handshake, though, is it? It's a little odd to do in public. Mer, my Mer people, my fishy family. Let's get up in this gig, but first, some business. Let's get it out of the way. My book, Words of Grace, is hitting Kindle the day before the official full moon in Virgo on the 27th of February, 3:17 a.m. We're going to launch it the Friday before. Just about done. The last few reviews have come in to put in the book. We're just doing the little detail stuff, but it's gonna hit Amazon Kindle on Friday. I'm so excited. That book saved my life in the writing, and I know it's helped a lot of people since. So if you want to check it out, check it out. Also, I am doing tarot parties on my Drawing the Circle Productions Facebook page, online paid events. A lot of fun. We've done 3 of them so far. Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Only 10 spots, right? So I don't get overwhelmed, but we have had such a good time. It's mostly a bunch of women and me sitting in a Zoom room. I went pro on Zoom, right? I paid the extra money, paid the subscription price, so we can even record it, and you got a link of the party afterwards. It's kind of neat, and you know, if one fills up, I'll do another, right? Because I like interacting with people, right? It's like my whole career. I started reading cards when I was 12 years old. I'm 52. Yes, thank you so much. I know I don't look my age. Witchcraft. That being said, let's just get up in this read anyway. Enough about me. Let's talk about us. We are doing an 8-card draw, which means 1 card from 8 different card systems, 3 oracles, 3 healing systems, and 2 tarot decks to get you the clues, tips, and hints that you need for a specific timeline, right? This is not a timeless read. My timeless reads are the timeless twin flame reads and the soulmate reads, and there are always extendeds with that. These are the ones that give me a break, right? Timed reads. Same with work, career, vocation reads, all the lunar stuff, right? We are looking at the full moon, as I said, Saturday, February 27th, 3:17 a.m. Eastern. I'm in New York. Waning to the new moon in Pisces, Saturday, March 13th, 5:21 a.m. So it's a waning moon. Release, letting go, paring down. You sort of get the idea. Alchemy from lead to gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold, so 3 atoms must be transformed, released in some way, shape, or form. So, all the decks that I read are always in the description box, my fishy family, but also keep in mind, standard YouTube readings apply. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs, because you could get more information about the same situation that's going to be laid out on the table here, or one completely different that you need to know about. It is sort of like pulling a card of the day, these reads, except 8, and instead of for a day, for a 2-week period. So let's get up in this gig. Enough explanation. I've had enough, haven't you? Just you have to do it every single time. For new people, right? We want to welcome them. Welcome to our end of the gene pool, my fishy family. Let's do this. Both feet on the ground, if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace from the pantheons of the divine that I work with every day of my life for my fishy family. Shall we please take a nice deep breath? God, it's like part 1, and we finally, that breath is our entree to part 2. Please, my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly, and the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included, because I am a Pisces moon, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the dominant archetype? Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards at the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, needs to be aware of. And what do I need read? Right? Whether it's their archetypal pattern that they're dealing with, somebody else's, a situation, a soul power, scripted to be developed this full moon in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces. So that dominant archetype for us fishy poos, if I am in this one, great. If not, I'm okay with that too. I'll take it. The goddess archetype. Now, the goddess archetype is a member of the feminine family of archetypes. There are 9 families. Everybody has at least one. Well, the survival family has 4 archetypes that everybody has, but in the remaining 8, you get 1 archetype each in what's called your Chronos wheel. Read Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace. The goddess archetype, then, is really an incredibly powerful feminine energy. Now, all archetypes have light and shadow. Essentially, they are neutral, toxic and healthy, right? And none of us are at 100% light / gold. None of us are at 100% lead shadow, except some people. Everybody's got a heart, except some people. So I'm going to read this to you, and the shadow is supposed to be a little triggering, if not a lot triggering, but as toxic as the dark is as bright as the light, and vice versa. The shadow attribute of the goddess archetype, exploitation of the female nature and form. Now, everybody has a feminine family archetype, so I don't care what your gender is. This is like a gender, I don't want to say a gender-free zone, but what, however you identify, I'm cool. Like, whatever. We're souls. We are transcendent beings that were chosen to come into these lives at this time to play the roles, right? We were chosen for the mission, right? So however you identify, let's get over that gender thing biologically and really look at the energetic dynamic here. Exploitation of the female nature and form. Now, we've seen that for how many thousands of years, the exploitation of the feminine nature, the female nature and form. Horrible what's gone down with a lot of that exploitation, particularly in advertising, right? So the light attribute, catch this is absolutely transcendent. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. It's very Pisces, right? That, well, both of them are. I mean, any sign can have goddess energy in it. But I will say, I studied astrology. I'm not an astrologer. I just speak it like a visitor to the country, right? It's all of the water and earth signs are feminine gender, according to astrology, and all of the air and fire signs are masculine. So being just that you're a Pisces, right, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, this is talking about really something more inside of you than outside of you. But then again, you could be dealing with this in somebody else, or someone might be trying to exploit your female nature and form, your feminine energy. So let's see what this is about. Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. Please take a nice deep breath. My angels and archangels of water and the sign of Pisces, the Gabrielite Legion, please. One card in clarity. What is the healing angel from the Healing with the Angels Oracle that this Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this reading, watching this video, receiving this reading, needs to help alchemize that goddess archetype in themselves, in another, in a situation, all of that, some of that, this full moon in Virgo, waning to new moon in our moon of Pisces. Archangel Michael, the only angel named in this deck. Everything else is by function, right? The angel of dreams, the angel of healing. You sort of get the idea. So what do we know about Archangel Michael? I mean, quite a bit. He's got the best press agent, right? You don't see any other archangels in this deck. Everybody loves Archangel Michael. I mean, John Travolta played him in a movie. You know, it's like, I want his agent. No, I don't. I'm having a bad flashback. It'll pass. Danny Zuko, Danny Zuko, Danny Zuko. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Look, this is the Archangel of Truth, the element of fire, powers of the South. I could go, I've taught archangelic awareness and consciousness for decades, trust me. I know of which I speak, that even in, well, let's say Catholic iconography, the idea of Archangel Michael with his foot on the neck of Lucifer, sword drawn, right? The sword of truth. So there's probably some element of protection, defense here, but certainly how the sword of truth cleaves away that which is not true. So I feel like call to Archangel Michael, right? The angel you need to work with, but for healing. And maybe this is to see things clearly, right? to see where your protection and defense against exploitation of the female nature and form can be alchemized into that feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Look, sensuality is not all about sexuality. Like, okay, for Christmas, I have a king size bed. I got this yummy duvet cover. I haven't gotten the stuffing for it yet because I like to wear it. Yeah, it's a long story. It's like all like crushed velvet on the inside. I doubt it's real crushed velvet. And like this faux fur on the outside. And it's the most snuggly thing. It's like made from Muppet, right? It's like that's sensual. Like that is, it's of the five senses and maybe even the sixth here. If you are feeling yourself being exploited, pay attention to that and call in Archangel Michael. Sever the cords, right, that no longer serve. Let's keep going. This is already a very deep read. I mean, the Goddess and Archangel Michael, first two cards down. Let's ask Archangel Ariel, my personal Archangel, because she's the Archangel of Lyons, and my name being Archangelo Lyons. Sometimes you don't see the clues until later on in life, even when you're born with them. Archangels, one of the three archangels of the North and the powers of Earth, hence the Crystal Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno, brilliant deck, highly recommended. Please take a nice deep breath. Hello again, Archangel Ariel, my beloved. I know, what a crazy ass day today has been, getting ready for that full moon. Oh God, that's true. Oh my God, that's Saturday, isn't it? So please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the Crystal Oracle message, or the stone, or maybe to remind them of their experiences if they have the stone? What is it that they need from you this full moon in Virgo, waning to new moon in Pisces? Considering we got the Goddess on the table, the Goddess archetype in some way, shape, or form, and Archangel Michael. Rutilated quartz. I love this card. I love this card. I have rutilated quartz. Rutiles are the little gold threads. It used to be called angel hair back in the day, in the Stone Age. Really, really beautiful stone. You hold it in sunlight. It's rods, like little rods of gold and clear quartz. Just love this stone, and I think you'll like this message. Rutilated quartz, the key words: vibrational healing, very much a Pisces thing, higher mind, which is the mind of the higher self, and reconciliation. Buckle your seatbelts. You are subconsciously receiving loving vibrations and loving thoughts from someone connected to your past. Okay, right? An episode or conflict that hurt you emotionally is now being healed and recognized, and reconciled by the power of forgiveness and unconditional love. So if you're not consciously aware of that process going on, I feel like that might be something that Archangel Michael can kind of hip you to, right? To kind of point at it. Over the coming days, you may find yourself emotionally and mentally reciprocating this love as you reflect on a person or past event. So even if you don't know it right at the second who it is, over the waning moon of all of this, particularly in Pisces, just notice who keeps orbiting your field in terms of thoughts and emotions, right? And it had to be something, right, that was, I don't know if traumatic is the word, because a trauma is a wound that can't be healed. So we need to be a little bit more careful with that word. But something went on that was emotionally, that hurt you emotionally, right? And we're Pisces. We know what that feels like. Through this mutual exchange of love, past wounds are now energetically being healed, and all and all negative attachments resolved and released. Now, this might not be a physical confrontation. It's talking about a vibrational healing going on here that might have to do with somebody's feminine energy, goddess energy being exploited. Now, I know for some of you, you're going to know exactly what that is, right? Like, you want to talk about the exploitation of the female nature and form? Look what happened. Sorry, that tarot wanted to go on a little sentimental journey. Get back here. Oh, we'll see if those show up. I was just talking about Marilyn Monroe today with Mal Flanders, my podcast collaborator. You know, and look at what she went through. She was such an embodiment of the goddess, right? So much light inside of her. But, you know, they put her on a treadmill and they made her change her name. So let's see what you need to be aware of inside of yourself, particularly as we're talking about feminine energy, the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. I have consecrated, dedicated, and empowered to the divine feminine energy, half the universal powers, right? The divine yin, the inside, the yin side, heart, throat, third eye, and crown within you. What do you need to be aware of there? Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, my goddesses of water and the sign of Pisces, please, my beloveds. My Amazon, my Empress, my Sorceress, please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is it they need to be aware of, considering they need to address this goddess archetype alchemy? They need to work with Archangel Michael, which is a very masculine energy for such a feminine archetype. They need to work with root-related quartz for that vibrational healing and reconciliation, even if it's not done face-to-face, more of an energetic thing, which would really hit them, I would think, as a Pisces moon in the heart, throat, third eye, crown. So please, what is it they most need to be aware of inside of themselves this full moon, waning to new in Pisces? Three of Cups. Three of Cups, yes, a card of celebration, a card of partying, but also to me, because of the word written on the card, bonding, there is an emotional bond in place, which might mean an empathic link. Everybody knows of telepathy. I'm making a new word. Telepathy, where you are actually feeling someone else's stuff. Now there's social empathy, and then there is intuitive empathy. Intuitive empathy is feeling other people's emotions and or energies in your own cell tissue. So this is saying that this vibrational link is already there and the emotional healing is underway. And, you know, in the book that comes with this deck, which I love, Daughters of the Moon, thank you, Fiona Morgan, such a great deck. Whoa, my door just opened and closed by itself, but it's windy. Deal with the normal before you go to the paranormal. In my book, when you do this for a living, make new friends, keep the old, one is silver, the other gold. This might be a friendship thing, right? But there is definitely an emotional bond between you and whoever this is, but maybe somebody was exploiting you or vice versa. Now, I will say the female nature and form, the female nature, particularly the goddess, can be very unconditionally loving. Like, it's very much the Empress card that way, right? You don't think of the queens as goddesses in the tarot. You think of the Empress as that conglomeration, the amalgamation of all the four elemental queens, wands, cups, pentacles, and swords, air, fire, water, earth. So kind of getting that someone has been exploited here, but to respond through wisdom and nature and sensuality. I feel like the healing is already underway here. So let's see what's on the outside, right? We did the external, the internal yin energy. Let's look at the yang energy. Chakra correspondences, root, sacrum, solar plexus. Physical world, either something about the situation in the outside world or perhaps how you look or appear from the outside looking in. Please take a nice deep breath. My gods of water and the sign of Pisces, please. Yeah, I feel the import of this one. Please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is it this Piscean watching this video, receiving this reading, needs to be aware of outside of themselves, considering they need to alchemize that goddess archetype, they need to work with Archangel Michael, root-related quartz, and to be aware that there is an emotional, possibly empathic, telepathic bond here. What is it they need to be aware of in the outside world, the physical part of this, either how they appear from the outside looking in or some aspect this they need to be aware of this full moon in Pisces waning to new. Sorry, this full moon in Virgo waning to new in Pisces, the Magician. Now, of course, if this is you from the outside looking in, this is about coming into alignment. You do have power in this situation, right? You can really bring together and initiate some kind of change. Here we have Hermes as messenger, right? As magician. He has his own form of magic called hermetic magic. Look it up. Give yourself some time. It's like algebra. It would be. At a crossroads, and in the center of the crossroads there's a dolmen altar, essentially our big rock, with the wand, the cup, the pentacle and the sword there, bringing together your air, your fire, your water, your earth, your thought, your choices, your emotions, your form and action here. So it does feel like if this is you from the outside looking in, wait until the end of the reading before you absolutely determine that, because they're telling me those last 3 cards are going to clarify this quite a bit. But then it's you coming into alignment with yourself, right? You connecting with that goddess energy in you that is like the Empress, unconditionally loving, but no fool, right? But also saying that you are picking up on stuff here that you might need a little bit more in alignment and clarity on to understand, is this me? Is it them? Is it us? That kind of vibe. Now, if this is somebody else, there is certainly an energy here of manipulation. Now, manipulation in and of itself is a neutral word, right? Is it exploitation? Is it this vibrational healing, this reconciliation going on in the invisible airwaves of the divine between you both? I will know in the next 2 or 3 cards maybe more of the nature of this, but I'm going to say the magician, particularly Hermes, right? Yes, messenger of the gods, but also the god of liars, gamblers, and thieves, right? And guide of the souls. Like, he's brilliant. I love him. There he is, right? Just chatting in my ear as we go. That's why I wear his earrings. Oh, I took them out. They can be on the table. The double pentacles here. So that really does say to me here that there might be some magic afoot. You might have some magic to do. Just for you, some miracle plays to play. Let's keep going. I'll put the other one in a minute. The Chuck Spezzano love pack, half of it actually. The suit of problems, which I use for these waning moon reads. The other 3 suits of luck, healing, and grace are back on the bookshelf because we saved those for waxing. Please take a nice deep breath. As this deck and the next deck are dedicated, consecrated, cleansed, empowered to the Ascended Masters General Assembly. And I'm going to actually ask for the Ascended Masters a soul contract because of that rutilated quartz card and that 3 of Cups bonding. Please take a nice deep breath. Twin flames and soulmates are both soul contracts. Everybody has a soul contract with everybody else, right? Tribal, one-on-one, even soul contracts within yourself. Read Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace. Brilliant book. Breathe. Yeah, it's going to be a long one, isn't it? If it's not already, please, my Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts. What's going on here for the Piscean Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Could someone be doing fiddles here? Could someone be fiddling about, fiddle about in the vibrational thing here with or from our Piscean Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this read? What is the piece of the problem they most need to be aware of, my Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, in this situation, this full moon in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces? Feeling unwanted. Feeling unwanted, yes, very much is a problem. And whose side is that on? What I'm getting is that if someone is feeling unwanted and actually doing magic, look, I don't go there. I'm a witch. Most people, let's say the majority of people on planet Earth, don't even believe in this stuff, right? So the idea of someone being skilled enough to actually make deliberate decisions, doesn't have to necessarily be a witch, but someone who might be manipulating energies behind the scenes here because they are feeling unwanted, ignored, neglected. If that is you, you need to be very, very careful with that. I'm going to tell you why. If you are doing love spells, love magic is one of the most dangerous forms that exists because it involves the human heart, which on a good day is great and on a bad day is a fucking nightmare, right? What's the energy fueling this, right? That feeling unwanted. There could be aspects of revenge here and there, although there is a revenge card in the Chuck Spezzano, a love pack. I feel balanced now. But somebody's feeling it, right? And it could be mutual. You know, I often wonder when I'm having those I live alone, I have 3 cats, I've been in lockdown since last year, right? Very few people have crossed the drawbridge of my witch's castle. But sometimes I'm like, you know, 2 minutes ago I was fine. What's going on? And then I got to remember, right, I'm picking up on the energies of everybody around me. I'm what's called a master empath. We're all on that path. If you identify as divine feminine, first wave of ascension kind of stuff. But this could also be you taking moves to sort of protect yourself, right? If someone's feeling unwanted and they're, you know, they might not even consciously be doing stuff, but if they are sending love and forgiveness and are doing the healing inside of themselves, then the problem really is feeling unwanted here. Matt Kahn Healing Mantra Deck. Also, like I said, the Voices of the Ascended Masters Soul Contract Edition. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, the Ascended Masters are like this gigantic law firm. Please, my beloved Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, please, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus I'm watching? Oh, I just got how this is personal for me. Thank you. One card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus I'm watching this video, receiving this reading, because they need to deal with this goddess archetype, and it's feeling more and more like that's within themselves, so they don't get taken advantage of or exploited, by calling in the angel, Archangel Michael, that they need to work with, rutilated quartz, that they need to sort of work that vibrational healing and reconciliation, even if never their paths should cross, whoever they're dealing with here in the physical form, with that Three of Cups bonding. It's not the Two of Cups, it's not the 10, it's the 3. There is definitely feelings here. Could be very much a friendship thing. But with that Magician card in the outer, usually such a positive card, it's just that word of manipulation. And it's major arcana. This isn't just somebody like, you know, it's not a Seven of Swords moment, right? There's something really interesting here, and a major decision, not like the Lover's card, but that crossroads decision of the Magician, and the first card of the major arcana. Someone could be initiating this healing or really doing something weird because they're feeling unwanted. And if this is you, as you sow, so shall you reap. I didn't write that. Can you imagine? So please, my Ascended Masters, the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this full moon in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces, is invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. How awake are you? Well, my breath confirms how awake I already am. This is an incredibly powerful mantra because self-realization, right? The realization of who you are, right? Your worth. Let me just read it instead of me extrapolating. Oh, invoking. Sorry, it went right to S for self-realization. H-I-J-K-I... Come on, where are you? Invoking self-realization, sorry. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. It's about being woke, too. Self-realization is a spontaneous remembrance of your interconnection to all that is. Interconnection really says that there's just one of us. It just looks like we're connected, but we're really one thing, right? One thing appearing to be many. You are willing to embrace your individuality as a unique expression of source in physical form. This is very goddess archetype. By aligning with the breath, you see that while you appear to be a person, it is the universe that breathes everything into existence. This mantra is ideal for reducing stress, managing pain, and relaxing the nervous system. My darlings, I feel like you might be dealing with some empathic overload. It happens, right? The intuitive field can only take so much. Hence this rutilated quartz really allowing things to be healed on a, let's say, metaphysical level, beyond the physical level, something vibrational here. But I would really track those energies of feeling unwanted. Everybody has felt unwanted, you know, even as a kid, right? Mom, mommy, mommy, right? You know what I mean? We all have that. But this is about you really realizing within yourself that it's not that we're connected to all that is. We are one with all that is. It's like Buddha said at Pizza Hut, make me one with everything. To really focus on your breath, right? That, you know, dolphins, right? They come up, they get air, and then blah, 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 like it's that. It's that sine wave curve, right? Not a fun little motion. Aren't you glad I took dance? Aren't you glad I'm a dancer? I'm with the dancers. Look, whatever is going on here, there's some energy manipulation going on here, and the more you're able to stay in the present moment, focusing on your breath. I am a great encourager of the Wim Hof method, W-I-M-H-O-F. I do it all day long. I do it in between readings to kind of clear the energy here. That is very Archangel Michael, right? Really draw in your breath, any kind of breath work, right? Box breathing, rebirthing, holographic, what do they call, holotropic, what are they calling it now? DMT soma breathing, which is Wim Hof, essentially. All sorts of things that you can do here to really clear your field, and then perhaps participate in this energetic healing. Now, if you've been feeling unwanted by somebody who exploited you, you might not realize they were exploiting you here, then this Magician card is really you, about taking control of your life, making some real crossroads decisions here about who you want to be, right? And to connect with that goddess power available to you. Last card down. Why do I have a feeling there's going to be a party turner in here? A party turner. Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves of all involved. Please take a nice deep breath. Last card down. Yeah, I know how I fit into this. Please, the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, or insight, the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, watching this video, receiving this reading, maybe giving this reading, most needs to hear from the higher selves of all involved, not just their own, this full moon in Virgo. Waning to new in Pisces, our new moon of the year. Please, higher selves of all involved, appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So look, everything's scheduled that happens to us. It's a long story involving quantum physics and the divine plan and all that jazz. That jazz. Appreciate this moment. This is about you really getting that you are at a juncture point in your life right now. That this is something, this exploitation. And remember, you can be in a male body and have that feminine energy exploited, like particularly if you are very nurturing, right? Someone exploiting your wisdom, your life force, and your sensuality here, that you do need to guard yourself, but maybe cut free some of the stuff from the past by being in the present moment. The truth is all that we have is the present moment. That when it comes to the past or the future, you have to imagine. There's nothing wrong with it. And yeah, it's not about planning. You got to plan too. There's nothing wrong with looking over your shoulder. But this might really be, because it's a waning moon, releasing some energetic cords between you and somebody else of something that caused you, and I'm feeling like it caused you emotional pain and suffering of feeling unwanted. Maybe somebody ghosted you and you don't have all the information. Doesn't that suck? Doesn't that just suck? Maybe someone has really left you to figure this out on your own, but I feel like that rutilated quartz is really indicating that they're not feeling so good about it, right? And they're contemplating this as well. If this is someone that you have really put behind you, and by the way, this need not just be romantic. This could be family member, friend, coworker, anything like that. That feeling unwanted is something that really needs to be heard. Now, I just watched a video yesterday on YouTube by Matt Kahn, Healing Mantra Deck. He has a YouTube channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love, and I forget the name of it, but it's the one he just put out yesterday. This will hit the same day I'm doing it, about the depth of compassion, I think it was called, or something like that. And that's what I feel like this is about really you breathing and allowing your emotions to appreciate everything that you're feeling in this moment, because yeah, we all feel unwanted here, there, and everywhere, right? We all cross that particular crossroads. But can you give to yourself the love that perhaps you were giving to this person, place, thing, or idea? Because right now, if this really represents you as the magician, the power is yours. The tools are yours. It's just about putting them into place. And look, as far as forgiving other people and reconciling, my father died the summer between high school and college for me, right? It was big, one of them inflection points in my life. And we were not on speaking terms when he died, right? He wanted, I say it all the time, he wanted a heterosexual Catholic Republican. Instead, he got a homosexual liberal witch, right? So, you know, it wasn't until he was dead we finally had that heart-to-heart talk. You can reconcile whether somebody is dead or alive. But you do it for you. You do it for that sense of let's see how woke I am, right? Each breath confirms how awake I already am as I appreciate this moment and do the healing work that's here to do. And I know that it wasn't my father who didn't want me, he just didn't want me as is. That's a twin flame contract right there. Yeah, Matt Kahn's got a good video on that one too. Check it out. So let me put this together for you in a blessing like I do. This is my favorite part of the reading. Don't click off now. I love this part. Let's get a blessing for all of us, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Because my breath confirms how awake I already am. Please, my collective pantheons of the divine, may the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Virgo, waning to new in Pisces, that they may invoke their own self-realization, understanding that each breath confirms how awake they already are in terms of the problem of feeling unwanted, that they need to see all the tools and the opportunities at this juncture point that they are at, calling in, working with the energy of Archangel Michael to protect, defend, and perhaps sever some toxic ties here that might very well have a very strong emotional bond within the Piscean collective here. And a telepathic thing going on here with the vibrational healing of rutilated quartz going on here for reconciliation, for forgiveness, for healing, but maybe not physical at all in terms of dealing with this goddess archetype, alchemizing it from lead to gold to come more from that feminine energy expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, appreciating this moment, staying in the here and now, that they may get that each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love, past and present and future. But if this is more about the past, that in this present they are able to vibrationally heal this with all that's going here on the table, realizing their own power, their own unity, that this feeling unwanted is most likely being picked up from others or a specific other, so that they may heal, grow, free themselves, become the best that they can be, and express that goddess energy through them that the world is so very much in need right now for the well-being of all. So would it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, like if you like it. Subscribe if you want more. Comment as you see fit. I do like reading the comments. And my Kindle is coming out. My boy always remembers his first and his last. Yeah, Words of Grace is coming out. And if you want a tarot party with me, there are links in the description box below. And as soon as the Kindle hints, those links will be in the description box and maybe even in the end screen. We shall see. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed on the path of true love. The path of true love. This feels like a true love read, which is why that flew out of my mouth subconsciously from this full moon to new moon next. Blessed new moon in Pisces, my darlings, my fish family. Hail. Farewell and blessed, blessed be.